The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Damn!
All righty. Welcome, everybody. Hold on. I want to see what Joe had to say. Okay. I believe he should be here shortly. And Krellbar may be off this evening. He had a long day at work. And if he's going to be any unfunnier than he usually is, we don't need him. No, I'm kidding. He said he was beat. And Matt has cable difficulties. That's a very funny bit. Matt is having internet issues, says he won't have it back till tomorrow, but I should have Bingham here tonight. I should have Joe. Maybe Dane. I don't think Dane saw my invite yet, but he's always scrambling. He's on now, so we'll see. How's everybody doing? I see I got Charlie S., Mikey Newman, Hannah Baum, and Ricky Compton in the chat. I posted that, hey, Everett Cummins, what's happening? I posted that link. That's a Russian scientist, I think in Sweden, who did a study where he took every study about cholesterol. Hey, Janice. And he concludes through every study that's ever been done on cholesterol that there is no direct correlation to cholesterol and heart disease and that it's all bullshit. And it's a really interesting guy. And as you can see, he says you'll agree with him once you read his findings, unless you work for the margarine companies or the heart of soul, whatever it is, whatever corrupt organization is selling this shit as bullshit. Anyways, I thought it was very interesting. Hey, T-Boys, what's happening? Mikey, what's happening? So, guys, what is happening? Let me just tell you this. Like, I am so sick to death. You know, when I watch TV, I cannot stand these ads for medications because, you know, there's one for Jardiance. I guess that's the name of the drug. And the girl's like, I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. You manage it well. You're a fat pig. You're not managing shit. You look terrible. You're dancing around in fucking jeans that are too tight for you. Instead of popping a little pill and telling me how you manage it, why don't you change your diet? And I'm telling you, anyone that has type 2 diabetes, it's metabolic. And you can get rid of it by changing your diet and figuring it out. The thing to do is I love when people tell me, well, my doctor says, well, your doctor's underneath the same machine. Sorry, I'm sweating here. I've been in this room teaching for the last 4 hours, so I'm like hot as hell in this room. The same machine that's teaching all the bad ways to eat is the same machine you're getting your medical information from. So it's all the same machine, folks. You know, it's like, you know what? I want to get a second opinion. Instead of going to Mo Howard, I'm going to go to Larry Fine. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Agreed, Cheech. Listen, everything you put in your body is how your body acts. If you go back and look at the studies of cancer. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? You know, you look at the studies for cancer, and it's the same thing. Like, look at it back in the day, in the 1800s, before we were eating all chemicals, and the numbers are drastically lower. Drastically lower. Folks, watch what you put in your bodies. But that Jardiance commercial drives me nuts because I can't stand these commercials where it's like, oh, I'm managing my type 2 diabetes. Managing it? When I was a kid, we never even heard of it. Now it's like don't fat shame anybody because then they're going to want to diet and they'll figure out that we're feeding you fucking poison. It's pathetic. It really is. You know what? On the news today, the news was on for a second, and I guess there's some smoke from these fires up in New Hampshire. You know, it's been an overcast day, so people are like, oh, can you see the smoke? I don't see shit. You don't see smoke. Those are fucking clouds. And they're like, oh, yeah, but on the news, you should wear a mask. You wear a mask? Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me wear a mask so I don't get any smoke in my lungs while I go smoke a cigar outside. Go fuck yourselves. Recently found out I have a trigger finger this start a week or two. They're saying it's prone to diabetic people. I don't doctor much, can't afford it, so maybe. Well, if you have type 2 diabetes, you can always email me and I'll walk you through how you can reverse it. But you can reverse it. Yeah, no, totally. It's an American thing. Oh, and there's so many of it, like Ozempic. Ozempic. You got to be. Yeah, the carnivore is important, and I'll tell you this. Look, my shirt. I don't know if you can read what it says. It says, "Seed oils are bullshit," and really, that's what you have to avoid. You know, and I suggest that anybody, if you're having stuff with type 2 diabetes, now type 1 diabetes, you know, people really are very misinformed. People say to me like, oh no, that person, they don't have type 2, they have type 1, not type 2 because they take insulin. Well, it has nothing to do with insulin. Type 1 is a pancreatic issue and type 2 is a metabolic issue. You can be on insulin on both. If you're on insulin and type 2 diabetes, you've really fucking gone overboard. But you can get over it, and a lot of it has to do with getting rid of the seed oils and the toxicity in your system, especially in your liver. And it has a lot to do with the poison of vegetable oils, the unsaturated fats with the linoleic acid, high linoleic acid, and it's just terrible. And I'm not here to debate anybody about it. I don't want to hear if somebody wants to debate me. You know, go masturbate me. Thank you. But I don't give a fuck. You want to go look this shit up for yourself. If you're interested, it's all out there on YouTube. You can look it up. High linoleic acid. There's a great video by Dr. Chris Kanabi asking about if the seed oils are the excesses of Western civilization. There's lots of other videos. You can look up anybody you want, or you can believe the bullshit that they've been spewing at you for the last 50, 70 years and keep eating like shit and looking like shit. I don't care. But yeah. Anyways, so if anybody has any questions about being on a diet, getting healthy, you can always email me. My email's on the front page here of my channel. And if you don't, but if you're going to email me and tell me I'm wrong or that, go fuck yourself. I don't want to hear you. You're an idiot. You can figure it out on your own or you can't. And obviously, what's an example of seed oil? A seed oil, hold on, let me bring Joe in here. Janice, a seed oil would be vegetable oil, canola oil. Those are not made from vegetables. They're made from seeds. So they love to call them vegetable oils. Corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil. They're all the same. They're made from the seeds. They are cleaned with a hexane solvent, and they have a chemical process and have such a high amount of linoleic acid. I have the Devo action, the action one up here. Well, this one here, the Fungo Pop one. You can use seed oil on your fretboard. Yes, that'll be okay.
That'd be it.
That's about it. But just to tell you how absurd it goes, somebody in my carnivore group on Facebook posted that he used Montreal seasoning. Now, Montreal seasoning in its pure form should not be a problem. And there's a company called like Badia Spices has a Canadian spice, which is their Montreal. They don't own the name Montreal seasoning. They call it Canadian spice. It's really like a corned beef spice that you put on beef. But theirs has no oil in it. And welcome, John. And the McCormick, who makes Montreal spice, it has sunflower oil in it. So it's poison. Even though you don't know you're eating it, it's in everything. And so you have to look at everything you're eating.
Any of those seed oils, they're just fucking poison.
They sneak it in everything and it's poison.
I stopped buying ice cream for Michael because there's corn syrup and soybean oil in the. Why does that need to be in ice cream?
Do you remember that?
His own ice cream now, 3 ingredients, delicious.
That's the best.
You remember that old Belle Biv DeVoe song? That seed oil's poison.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Oh.
Yeah, no, seriously. But and let me just say this. Carnivore is a great thing to do if you want to 30-day cycle it, 6 cycle it, like using going for 30 days, going to 60 days. You do not have to stay on it for life. You don't have to sit there and say to me, oh, I'll never do this because I can never do that. Listen, all you got to do it is, like, if you have type 2 diabetes, I would say go on a 30 to 60-day carnivore. And when you come off, you just have to avoid the seed oils. I'll say it to you right now. Sugar and flour, although a problem, you couldn't eat enough for it to become the problem that seed oil does to you. In fact, over the last 80 years, the increase in sugar hasn't even doubled, whereas that has exponentially, like 100 times on seed oils, which is why we were in the type 2 diabetes, obesity, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was watching a bunch of those great YouTube videos on all that stuff. That's where I get all of my medical advice.
Yeah, well, they're better than the doctors you got going in the.
Yeah, I know. I'm making a joke about it, but in reality,
right,
it's kind of true.
It's true though.
Yeah, nobody is getting like actually solid nutritional advice in medical school. They're just getting what's been written and appropriated by the U.S. government.
So I put in the chat at the beginning this Russian doctor who basically went and took every single study done on cholesterol to see what proof it was that cholesterol has any relation to heart attacks or anything with the heart. And the guy came out and found, it was like after his study said, there is zero.
Yeah,
there is zero correlation. It is the biggest myth that has been perpetrated on the people. And now they're selling statins, and it's like cholesterol is a necessity it makes your sex hormones. It's a delivery system to deliver the LDLs, it's a lipoprotein that delivers cholesterol to the brain and to the parts of the body that need it. And then the HDLs is a delivery system taking it out of the blood and bringing it back to the liver. it's a necessity, and you can't live without cholesterol. And they've demonized it and really have made. I mean, like I'll just say this: when everyone was getting the jab, if that didn't show you how stupid everybody is, and now they're like right to your face, we never told you had to get it.
The fuck.
Oh, really? Here's a video of you saying you have to get it. Well, I never said that you would be cured. Here's a video of you saying that it would cure people and it would be better than having natural immunity. Oh, we never. It's like and people fucking walk around dumb
Weren't they telling us fuck your freedom?
Yeah,
go get
exactly.
the jab. Fucking sit in your fucking tower and fuck yourself, Conan.
Yeah, it's just insane. But anyway, no, I did not cheat. And also, what's funny is when I get my blood, I've always had high LDL cholesterol. And I watch this guy and he says people with high LDL cholesterol very rarely will get colds or sick because LDL works with white blood cells and fights off disease. And I'll tell you right now, I mean, Bingham, in the time you know me, I probably had that one bird flu from the NAMM show. And that was like my first time being sick in LA since 96.
Huh.
So I went like 13 years without a cold.
You caught anthrax?
I got anthrax. Oh my God, it was bad. You know why? Because I hung out in Hall E.
Huh.
You know what I mean? I was trying to get a deal down in Hall E from the Chinese guys.
Oh.
And basically, let me tell you, I could show you how every booth is in Hall E. Welcome to Shitty Walk. You know what? On South Park?
Oh, of course.
That guy. Welcome. That's every manufacturer in Hall E. Welcome to Shitty Walk.
Welcome to a shitty airline.
That's true. Well, I mean, yeah, that's where everybody's.
Oh, that's great. Okay, yeah, that's good, John. I like that.
Yeah, you dig it. Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's a good one. Hey, by the way, hello
to
everybody in the viewing audience out there.
How are my levels?
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Let me just say this to Cheech about supplements. You can just be wary what they are. If you take vitamin E, there's a company called VitaCost. They make it and they suspend the E gel in olive oil. And I've seen other brands that do it in seed oil. The olive oil one is acceptable, but you really don't need to take supplements, but take whatever you like. I mean, you don't have to stop. So, but you know, what's that?
I stopped.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to stop because there's plenty of filler in there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like I've read, I don't know if I'd call it studies, but I've certainly read articles before where they say that like somewhere in the neighborhood of a big number, like 80% of commercially available supplements are just loaded with basically like wood pulp.
Yeah, it's sawdust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it says like rice. What do they call it? Rice something? Rice flour. If you look at it, it's like rice flour and sunflower oils and a lot of them. So anything that has that, I'm against. Speaking of
you
that,
know what? Guess what they make the little plastic capsules out of? Seed oils. You can't get away from it.
The vegetable. Yeah. So listen, if you guys, when you watch YouTube, they show, like, you ever get the same commercial over and over again? Hold on, folks. So this is a big surprise coming on the show now. Ryan from the Midwest is here.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh. How you doing, Ryan?
It might be a little in bad taste to say it's a big surprise in reference to Ryan.
Well, I heard we were talking about supplements and nutrition tonight, so I thought, what better episode for me to make an appearance on?
But so anyway, so I'm watching YouTube and I get this commercial, and look, I don't care if you want to hire gay guys to advertise your company. It doesn't bother me. I'm not homophobic. In fact, I'm probably more phobohomic. I'm gay around scared people. But anyways,
that's okay.
This guy is selling. If you were to get like, hey, listen, what are we selling on this show? We're going to sell vitamin C. Don't get the gay guy to do the ad. Don't get the gay. Are you getting enough vitamin C? I mean, you can't think of two words. The way vitamin C. I just found it. I'm like, I don't care. You could sell me anything. I don't know. Tell me you want to sell me shaving cream, but just the way when you hear a gay guy say vitamin C, I was just unbelievable.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, I get that one all the time. I mean, I get that, and I can't stand the woman that's trying to sell, oh, use this for under your boob, your ass, your this. It's like, listen, we get it. You're selling a fucking deodorant. We know what to do with it.
That's the loony.
Loony, exactly. I can't Loomy.
Your boob.
And then,
That's what she says.
That shit works though.
Oh, that's funny.
There's a package right over my shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I got the starter kit a couple of months ago.
Oh, you did?
I don't know what's going on with my skin. I can't use regular deodorants because I'll end up, even the ones that say they ain't got this, ain't got that, I'll end up tearing a fucking hole into my arm.
Huh.
And so I said, let me try this. It was the last one. And I tell you, I'm in Orlando. It gets sweaty. I can get stinky like a homeless person. I go in there with one wipe. It's gone.
Yeah.
And it's gone for a while. It's called Lume, Lume.
Oh, okay.
So I made the mistake. Creams and shit like that.
I made the mistake because I'm trying to do the same sort of nutritional shit that you're preaching about, Dave, like eliminating seed oils and all that sort of stuff. But I'm also going, and I went to the grocery store and picked up new deodorant the other day, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to try this. There's no aluminum in it and whatever else. I've had this deodorant for like a week now, and I have never in my life had stinkier pits. It doesn't work. Yeah. It's like I rub that stuff on there, and then it's like a sprinkler system activates, and all of a sudden I'm just sweating.
Horrible.
And I'm like, I have not had this problem with like armpit perspiration. I've not had this problem in my adult life. Now I'm trying this no aluminum stuff, and it's just like.
It says on the bottle, product of Egypt.
Oh,
I've tried everything.
It doesn't work at all.
I've tried
everything. Go back to the aluminum.
You got to go back to aluminum.
I agree.
Try the Lume.
Aluminum. Ryan, that room looks like it's been painted blue.
It's gray.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
And then, are there any guitars you're looking at right now? If you looked up, are we seeing guitars?
There are, yeah.
And are any ones we haven't seen?
There's some of them I forgot about. It's been so long since I've played them. I got a couple in here.
Corey's willing to buy them back at a fraction of the price you paid him.
Yeah, exactly.
There's all right, we got a Les Paul.
Got ourselves a Lester.
And what is that? A 59 historic? What is that?
That's a 59 Murphy Lab.
Murphy Lab, nice. Okay.
Excuse me.
And
I remember that Telly.
That's the honeymoon guitar.
Telly I got on my honeymoon.
That's the Kelly Telly.
The Kelly Telly. That's like a Martin 63 Sonic Blue.
Martin.
Exactly. And then that's a.
Is that a 355?
That's a 64.
Oh, 335.
335, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
It's a DOS. Pretty well got the bases covered except P90s, but I don't play. I don't know. I don't play them like I used to.
If you're going to get a P90 guitar, why don't you get yourself a 1955 reissue Les Paul Custom?
You love the staple.
Oh, you know it. That's exactly right.
I've got a question here. So in the chat, I made a joke. I said aluminum for the win. Snowball 1138 said pit sweat or Alzheimer's. So my question is that what they claim the aluminum in deodorant causes? It's like tied to Alzheimer's. Is that what they're claiming?
Yeah, they also claim. They also been claiming that seed oils have been responsible for it.
Interesting.
And cutting out too much fat because your brain and pretty much everything is made of fat. It needs fat. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about fat.
I honestly today when I cooked my meal today, I looked at it and I said, "How the fuck am I going to finish this?" I couldn't believe it, and I had 3 eggs, 6 pieces of bacon, 2 chicken breasts that were pounded and deep fried in bacon fat with the pork rind panko. And I covered that in an Alfredo cream sauce. Then I had a ribeye.
Get the lemon.
And then I had a slice of cheesecake without the crust. It was insane. As I'm eating the steak, I'm like, I don't know.
What
how
are
I'm
you
getting
putting
through
in the
this.
cheesecake?
It's Philly cream cheese, sour cream, 3 eggs, a splash of
Like
vanilla
sugar
extract, and a
Oh.
little bit of pure aspartame. Not equal. I actually get the pure aspartame.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Did you see what I made? Did you see my
Treating like a
post? What I
lion.
cooked today?
Love it.
You had bacon on top of chicken thighs.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
the
look
whole,
good.
The whole that was my one meal. You know what I did, which is why I was late, because sometimes when you get the diet flow going, you eat, and an hour later you got to go to the bathroom, and then I got to go to the shower.
Nice.
I need to pretty myself up. But I bought 3 of the 2-pound boxes of Philadelphia cream cheese.
Oh yeah.
I put 2 of them in my little microwave container, put it in for about a minute and a half, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, mix it up, because now I want to cut out the cheese, all that processed cheese, and I'm using that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I love cream cheese.
I'm having a one-on-one with my supervisor at work. I said, "Hey boss, can I get 1 minute?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." I says, "Yeah, I got dinner cooking right now. I want to get it out." He goes, "What you cook?" He's a fat guy like me. I had to send him a picture. And then it went to going from my stats to how I cook that and what's on. I said, it's simple. It's just chicken thigh. I let it cook for half an hour. I flip it. I put the thick cut bacon on top. Let that go for 15 minutes. Flip the bacon. Oh,
that's good. I eat chicken thighs all the time. I make it with, I cook it in pork fat, and I have it with Romano cheese, salt, and pepper. I'm cooking everything in pork fat. It's the best.
Can I answer, Rick?
Go ahead.
Because I always mention Mikey. Mikey is he's a year. He's 57. I'll be 56 in half a year. When Michael was 10 years old, he was born with a cerebral palsy, but he could walk and talk, and like someone with cerebral palsy. He was limited, but he could still walk and talk and stuff. But when he was 10 years old, he was bit by a mosquito and he contracted encephalitis. They couldn't get the fever down. So it kind of cooked his brain. So now Mikey can't walk and talk or feed himself or anything. And I've been living here since 2009 because the nurses only come during the day to get him up for school. It's like an outreach center. They come back at 3 o'clock and they feed him. They do all the stuff and then they leave. But someone has to be here with him overnight. He can't be left alone. So I've been taking. If you look at videos, you'll see a picture every now and then of Mikey.
Yeah.
He's watching Shrek Forever After in the living room. And honestly, I'd be out there watching it with him if we didn't have the show tonight, because I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. It looks good. I haven't seen this one.
It's not that good. I've seen all of them.
I'm easily entertained.
These I got children, so I've seen all of this stuff. I'll
Well,
tell you,
ad nauseum then.
I hate to admit it, but I kind of enjoyed the Pikachu movie.
That I haven't seen.
The Pikachu movie was pretty solid. Anyways,
awful.
It was your boy Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah,
he was in that one.
When he's not owning Mint Mobile.
Oh yeah, I've seen all those commercials.
Oh,
I don't blame him. He's trying to bring in some of that corporate cheddar.
Yeah, absolutely. So John had a cool idea, which was to build a playlist based in Chat GPT based on what attributes you provide, and then you have them guess the songs it provides.
So yeah, here's what I'm thinking. It'll be like it's kind of like a DL challenge. And everybody here obviously can participate. We'll program a playlist of 10 songs, and each person in the group, including myself, will have the opportunity to apply one attribute to the song, right?
Ooh, okay.
To the computer, and we'll have it spit out a 10-song playlist, and from there, we'll have to see what
Okay.
what it provides.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, so here we go. I'm typing into ChatGPT right now. Please provide me a playlist of 10 songs.
Rock songs, maybe?
Yeah, we'll limit it to I'll tell you what. I'll add two attributes that are
Hard rock and heavy metal.
what do we call it? I guess just like staple. So these
Right.
won't count. We'll say a playlist of 10 songs, 10 rock, or should we say rock or metal, or just leave it rock?
Just rock, because metal's in rock. I just didn't want to have like here's you know, the girl from Ipanema who just passed away, whatever.
Okay, so I'm going to say 10 rock songs that have been written within the last
40
50 years.
Yeah, 50. 50 is good.
The
even
attributes-
50, 59. I mean, 54 maybe. But bring it at 1970.
Right.
53.
I'm gonna say here the attributes we'd like these songs to share are Joe, give me an attribute.
Like physical or sound?
Like in the song, it's up to you. What do you want the song to have?
Are we talking like
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll go first. Over 5 minutes long.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay.
Guitar solos.
Guitar solos.
A guitar solo in the song.
Okay. Brian, what do you got?
Not written by acts from the South.
Excluding Southern rock.
Excluding.
No Southern rock.
Excludes Southern rock.
There you.
Yeah,
That pretty much puts me out of this competition, by the way.
What's that?
It pretty much puts me out of the competition because I don't know if I know any 5 minute long guitar solo based songs that aren't based in Southern rock. So we'll
Right.
see.
Well,
Right.
is Kansas
say,
Southern rock?
If you come up with the attribute that it has to have a gallop, it's going to be a whole list of Maiden.
Right.
Right, exactly. All right, and I'm going to say must be up tempo.
Okay. No slow tunes.
Okay, so
Thank God we got rid of Child in Time.
right, let's see what happens. It says here, provide me a playlist of 10 rock songs that have been written within the last 50 years. The attributes we'd like these songs to share are over 5 minutes long, guitar solos in the song, excludes Southern rock, must be up tempo. Let's see what it says here. I'll see if it likes the way that listing was worded. Okay, so right away, there's one song on the list that it messed up. It's a Southern rock song.
That's all right.
You know what's really funny? I will say this though. It put in parentheses, although you mentioned excluding Southern rock, I included this song as it's a classic with an iconic guitar solo.
Free
Free
bird.
bird.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I know how that computer thinks.
Oh my God. The computer was like, look. I know you don't want Southern rock, but I got to give you this one.
Yeah.
It was insistent.
It's becoming self-aware.
Right. I was
Don't
going to
argue
say,
with
just
our-
wait till all this AI stuff. They're like, look, I know you said you needed money in your account, but I disagree.
Don't argue with our future,
Right.
overlords.
Right. Pretty soon it's going to say to you, John, your wife and I were talking. We actually want to sit down and have a word.
Look, an AI intervention. The artificial intervention is what the I stands
Right.
for.
All right. So the biggest like giveaway here, and this was a good one, Dave, is 5 minutes plus. That's a great attribute because you really, I mean, you kind of know you're going to be stripping away a whole lot of stuff.
Yes.
So, anyway, how do we want to do this? We want to do some guesswork, boys. What do you think we got on the list here?
Okay. Cold. You're saying going cold.
Sorry?
Going cold. Just say what I would imagine the computer would put up.
Yes.
Okay, see, now here's the problem. I would have thought Stairway to Heaven would be out because Freebird should be out because it's not just Southern rock, but it's also not up tempo.
half the song is up tempo, but not even half. Yeah. No, I hear you.
So
Yeah, it's not a perfect system.
okay, but I don't. So I'm not sure if "Stairway to Heaven" would be there, but I don't want to waste it on a guess because it breaks the rule as well.
Right. Just go ahead and give me a yes or a no on that
If it's there, John has a good poker face. He didn't give you a tell on that.
No, he does not telling me shit. Exactly what I'm looking for. I'll say it's not there.
Okay. All right. Next.
We have to pick something that's there or not there.
We're trying to find what we think the computer was going to pick.
I think the computer picked Smoke on the Water.
Okay. So far, we are 0 for 2.
That's a good. How about
okay.
I'm going to say it picked Roundabout by Yes.
No.
How about YYZ by Rush?
No,
That's not
sir.
5 minutes.
So it's definitely an imperfect thing.
Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas.
How great is that fucking song?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sunshine of Your Love by Cream.
It's not on there. So this is turning out to be harder than we thought.
Yeah, so we're going to need some clues when you're looking at those songs, giving us either a year of a song.
The biggest clue that I'll give you right now is that you were wrong already.
Stairway to Heaven's on there.
It's on there, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fuck. You see, I'm like, if they put Freebird in, then they're going to allow Stairway to Heaven because
Right.
Stairway to Heaven, the end song is up tempo.
Yeah, this up tempo thing really didn't do us a lot of good. I'll give you that hint.
Yeah,
Because there's a few more songs in there where you're like, up tempo. Say what?
Yeah.
And I'll give you this. There are a few songs on there with like iconic guitar solos.
Hotel California.
Hotel California for sure. Yeah.
Comfortably
Yeah,
Numb.
I feel like it really hung on that attribute.
I like
about,
Joe.
Comfortably
Sultans
Numb.
Swing?
Comfortably
So-
Numb is on there.
Yeah.
The very up tempo comfortably.
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
said
exactly.
that was 2 + 2. When you said some of them aren't up temp, and then
Yeah.
a solo iconic,
Yeah.
How about Sultans of Swing, John?
There is no Sultans of Swing.
How about Crossroads by Cream?
that would have been over 50 years ago.
Yeah, I also don't know if it's over 5 minutes. Maybe it is, but
Said, are there more iconic solos here?
yeah, for sure.
Are any of the songs by Guns N' Roses?
They yes, indeed.
But
I
a
have to think of
5-minute Guns N' Roses
Think of-
song.
well, you
Is
could
it
have
Estranged?
I do love
Estranged is-
Estranged. It's one of the
that's
only
the
songs
best
from them that I
too.
like. It's not that.
Agreed. November Rain.
Yes.
That song's 5 minutes long. Wow.
That's
Oh,
like
it's
9
over
minutes
5.
long.
That's like
yeah.
9 minutes long.
Yeah, but it's slow as balls.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh, we've got some
Heart Magic Man in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say people are asking. That's a great song, but it's not on the list.
And Slow Ride's not there.
There's a couple. There's a few where the AI is certainly underdeveloped. I'll give you that one because there's no way in hell anybody's gonna pick this because it shouldn't be on the list. But number 10 is Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Ooh.
I mean, it's rotten, first of all. So far, we've got that one out of the way. We've got Comfortably Numb out of the way, Freebird out of the way, Hotel California, Stairway to Heaven, and November Rain out of the way, which leaves 1, 2. Number 7 is not... It's a killer song, and it's from the 90s, but I don't recall it having a great guitar solo. It has a guitar solo, and that was the only distinction we gave the computer. But it's not a great one. So I'll give you a hint on that one. This is not an iconic guitar solo, but there is a solo. It is a longer song from an absolutely fantastic band that DL loves from the 90s. And then we've got another Guns N' Roses song present.
Soundgarden?
That's it.
And the song would be...
Just think of a big song.
Black Hole Sun?
Moon Man or
Yeah,
Fat Black Hole Sun?
That's it.
Yeah.
So we actually, now that I'm looking closer, there's 2 more Guns N' Roses songs on this.
Oh my God.
Two more?
Yeah, AI loves Slash.
Oh my God. Welcome to the jungle.
No.
Yes. What's the other one? Sweet Child of Mine.
You know, I thought that would be on there. It's not.
It might not be 5 minutes long.
It's the other hit from that record.
From
Paradise City.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
So we got rid of that one. We're missing number 2. Number 2 is one that I feel like you guys should have gotten.
Is it from the 70s or the 80s?
70s, and it's also only half the song is up tempo.
How about Bohemian Rhapsody?
There we go. There we go.
Wow.
That's a very iconic guitar solo, I think.
Wow.
So we gotta better refine this list next time we play this game here.
Next time we don't leave out Southern Rock because we got 40% Guns N' Roses tunes.
Right? That's right. Knocking on Heaven's
That should have been
Door
the
by Guns N'
caveat. That
Roses
should have been
was
one of the
also on this
suggestions.
list.
You know
It
what?
should have been no Guns N' Roses or Chili Peppers.
Right,
I just did we finish our list?
Yeah, that one's done.
I gave it, this is what I gave it. Give me 10 hair metal songs that revolve around the themes of girls and cars.
Oh, fantastic.
How about I tell you the band and you got to tell me the song?
All right.
Okay. Number 1 is by Motley Crue.
Girls, Girls, Girls.
Got it.
Yeah.
Number 2 is by Whitesnake.
Here I Go Again.
Yep.
No.
And I think it's referencing the video.
It's referencing the video. for sure.
Totally.
Okay. The next one is Warrant.
Referencing a car or a girl? I mean, it's Cherry
Girls or a
Pie,
car?
but it's not a car.
Cherry Pie.
Cherry
Yeah.
Pie. Okay. This one's going to be a little harder. What Van Halen song did it pick?
Ooh,
Hot for
Panama.
Teacher.
Shit, Dave, you're right.
Oh, Hot for Teacher. Okay.
Dang.
All right.
I'm
what
thinking
Scorpions?
reach down. Ease
Yeah,
the feet back.
There you go. I would have thought that too.
Yeah.
What Scorpions song did it pick?
No One Like You.
No.
Rock You Like a
Still
Hurricane.
Rock You Like a Hurricane. Guns N' Roses are back. What Guns N' Roses did it pick?
Sweet Child.
Yes. Rat is in the list. It's a pretty good playlist. Rat is in the list. What Rat song?
Round and Round.
Round and Round.
It
There's
sounds like they just took the top song from
I
the
think
hits.
I think this AI used to watch MTV.
Right.
What song by Cinderella made the list?
Ooh, not Nobody's Fool.
No, great song.
Never. What you never know what you got till it's gone.
Gypsy Rose.
No, I think the only other
Gypsy
song
Rose,
anyone would know. Man, you're bringing me back.
Oh, hold on. All right. Shake
Me.
Shake Me.
That's the one.
Beat Fire, got it.
What Bon Jovi song did it pick?
You Give Love
You
a
should've
Bad Name.
No,
Should have picked Runaway.
no, which is weird because I'm looking at this going, what is it thinking about cars or girls in this?
Oh, Living on a Prayer.
No.
Oh, okay.
Dead or
On a
Alive.
Steel Horse I Ride.
Yes. One
Yeah,
Dead
so
or
they're just
Alive.
picking the
Dead or Alive.
hits.
All right.
They're just picking the hits.
The last one, I guess, is going to be kind of easy. What AC/DC song did it pick?
You Shook Me All Night Long.
No.
Okay.
No.
Whole Lot of Rosie.
No.
Oh, that's the greatest.
Think
Girls
of a
Got
car.
Rhythm.
So easy. Come on, guys.
Think of a car.
It was a fast machine.
What are
She
you
kept the
driving
motor.
down in a car? I'm on a
Oh.
highway to hell.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
You
about
need
about
a-
girls in that
No,
one.
well, maybe he's with the girl in the car, and that's why it's so hellish.
Unbelievable.
Let's give it stupid criteria and see.
Oh, I
Well,
love
before
it.
we do, gentlemen, I watched a movie the other night. First of all, I tried watching Sisu,
Yeah,
and the
I
things
like
like
it.
they want $20.
Oh, fuck off.
So that's why I
hook you
was
up.
like,
I'll hook you up.
all right. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to watch something. And I watched a movie called Hell House.
When
Have
is
anyone
that
seen
from?
this?
It sounds familiar. What year?
It's a movie where they make a haunted house in this small town in New York. And the actual, it's from a hotel, but the hotel's really haunted. I thought it was actually pretty good. You know, I don't really care for horror, but I thought this was enjoyable. Wasn't necessarily slasher type stuff. It was actually good. I recommend it to anyone. Hell House, the first one. I guess there's 3 of them. I watched the first one. Oh, John, I don't know if you were here. Were you here when I played the clip of, I beat Don Henley, pulled down one of my lessons, and I fought them, and then I won.
No, I had no idea.
And then when I look back at the videos, I'm like, guys, you should see how heavy I was in these videos. Check this out, John. This is how heavy I was back then.
Unbelievable. That's good, man. What a change.
Yeah, right? Actually, here's the actual video. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at a song by Don Henley. So let's hope the internet gods are good to me.
That's great.
Which reminds us all of a Styx song. I got too much time on my hands.
By the way, I did a quick search. I was hoping for something better here in celebration of whatever this month is called, the inclusionary month.
Pride Month.
June is inclusion month, Pride Month. I typed in to give me a playlist of Judas Priest songs that revolve around homosexual themes.
Oh, excellent. Let's before we did it, I don't know if anyone saw that there was a huge protest. 2 people were protesting the LGBTQ and the people that were anti that, and all I heard was one was screaming Dennis DeYoung, the other one Tommy Shaw.
Right. The joke is old as time. I love it.
Those sads. It's a classic though, still.
The fact that they did not put Grinder on this list, I was like, it's not the right list. So I had to dismiss it.
Well, did they put Devil's Child? Because that song,
No.
I don't even understand what he means in that song when he says, "Eat my diamonds."
I don't know.
His lyrics are disturbing.
The only 2 that I feel like are well, there's more than 2. There's 3 of them that are definitely right, and there's a few I just don't know the words to. Hellbent for Leather is on the list.
Oh yeah.
Turbo Lover is on the list.
Oh yeah.
And Living After Midnight is on the list. I don't know that I would qualify Electric Eye as one. That doesn't really make sense to me.
No.
And while I do consider Metal Gods to be a very gay song, it is not because of the lyrical content.
Not like Grinder is.
Oh, I love Grinder.
Grinder, Love Came for Meat.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness.
If anyone's interested, I told her to give me top 10 rock and roll songs that incorporate the themes of breakfast and denim.
Breakfast and denim. I love this list.
How does denim get involved?
It was the first thing on the top of my head.
Okay. Breakfast
and denim. So
I'll tell
wasn't
you
that a song by Saxon? That's Denim and Leather.
which is number 4 on this list.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Is Save Me from Cinderella on this list?
I'll give you the band. Tell me what song it would have picked. The theme of breakfast and denim. Number one is
Tiffany's.
Number 1 is a song by Supertramp.
Breakfast in America.
Breakfast in America.
That makes sense.
Number 2 is a song by Lana Del Rey.
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea.
She sang a song called Blue Jeans.
Okay.
Number 3 is a song by the Newsboys.
You got me.
The Breakfast song.
No idea.
Number 4 is Denim and Leather by Saxon. Number 5 is a song by The Squeeze, or just Squeeze.
Hold on, don't tell me. Black Coffee in Bed.
Black Coffee in Bed. Number
Now, wait
6.
a minute. Before you
Go
go
ahead.
any farther, is Forever in Blue Jeans on there?
It should, or Blue Jean by David Bowie.
No.
So the computer doesn't realize that blue jean and denim are the same thing.
But it did, because it had the Lana Del Rey song.
Tiny
Oh.
Dancer.
Number 6 is a song by Cold Chisel.
Ooh, I love that band.
Really?
I have no idea who this
I
is.
never
Yeah,
heard of it.
they're an Australian band. You know what song I love is Never Before, but I'm trying to think what they would have with breakfast. K-San? I have no idea.
Breakfast at Sweethearts. Number 7, I'm thinking Dave's going to get this one. It's a song by ZZ Top.
Blue Jean Blues.
Shirley had it first. Number
Yep, sure.
8 is a song by Deep Blue Something. I believe someone said this earlier.
Breakfast at
Breakfast
Tiffany's.
at Tiffany's. Number 9, I've never heard of them. Turbo Negro.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what they do.
Well, they do a song called Denim Demon.
Oh, wasn't Turbo Negro in the movie Easy Money? Oh, that's Tyler Negron.
Okay. The last one, number 10, is a
I
song
don't know
by
who that
the
is either.
Cheers. A song by the Cheers.
No idea.
Black denim trousers and motorcycle boots.
So do you guys remember when the Lost Boys movie? You guys remember Lost Boys? There was
Yeah,
an
that
In
was,
Excess song called Good
the
Time
vampire.
Tonight. Remember the song Good Time Tonight with Pony Marone is gonna be there too. And it was In Excess and with Jimmy Barnes singing. And Jimmy Barnes is the lead singer of Cold Chisel. Huge Australian band that never really made it in the States. Although Ian Moss is one of my favorite guitar players. And he sings great too. His acoustic stuff is fantastic. He's from the band as well. All right, go on. So that was the end of that list. The bassist for the Smiths. Yeah, I saw Johnny Marr posted it on Instagram. What was his name? Andy Rourke. Was that the bassist? I forget what the drummer's name. I always get the drummer and bassist confused in that band.
This is a
So
good list.
you guys know that song "Say What You Will" from Fastway?
Of course.
Say what you will.
Yeah, the Irish dude.
Are you aware that the lead singer for that band is the guy that went on to create Flogging Molly?
100%. I've seen him live 100 times.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I guess he doesn't like talking about that era of music either. But yeah,
one
he's
of
an
those
Irish
guys.
dude.
Yeah, he's probably trying to gatekeep for the punk community. Oh, that was back then. I wasn't mature, and then now I'm an Irish punk. It's like whatever.
What was a better song? Say What You Will by what's it called? Fastway, or Burning Heart by Vandenberg. Discuss. In the chat, which one do you think was better?
What about Burning Heart from
Survivor? In a
Survivor.
burning heart. Oh, that's a great tune.
It is great. Anything from the Rocky IV soundtrack.
All right, let's put together another list in the chat, Cheap. And let's say
All right.
10 progressive, but do something that like progressive rock songs, like 10 progressive rock songs over 10 minutes that include a flute. No, I'm kidding. No flute.
That include lead jazz flute.
It's going to be 10 fucking Jethro Tull tunes. All right, what do you got, Joe?
I literally went so stupid with it. And it gave me a really good list. I said, give me 10 heavy metal songs that have a lot of bass and multiple guitar solos. So it said,
Better not give
certainly,
you Injustice for All.
here are 10 heavy metal songs known for their prominent bass lines and multiple guitar solos. And after the list, it says, these songs showcase heavy bass lines and feature multiple guitar solos, offering a combination of powerful rhythms and intricate guitar work. Enjoy the intense energy and musical prowess of these heavy metal classics. Number 1 is a song by Metallica.
I'm gonna be a total butt and ask you to repeat that because I was literally typing in one for the next list while you were reading that, so I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. Sorry, crowd. I'm the worst.
No, yeah, I'll put it right in the chat so you can read with everyone else.
It was summation. Basically, it's heavy bass and guitar songs.
It doesn't
Heavy
have
bass and
copy.
guitar songs.
What? Heavy bass riff.
There we go. 218. So let me add that.
Metallica bass riff.
I actually picked one of my favorite Metallica songs.
Well, it can't be from Injustice for All because there's no bass in that.
That's right. So where am I looking? What chat?
So
Look in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I got it. These songs showcase heavy bass lines and feature multiple guitar solos offering a combination of powerful rhythms and intricate guitar work.
Anesthesia?
Yeah, right.
what Metallica song would it be? Master of Puppets?
That's at number 10. But this is number 1.
Where should be YYZ from Rush?
The bass solo, right?
Is there any Rush on that list?
I can give you a comic book hint, but only someone who knows DC Comics would get it.
That's not us.
That's not us.
Anyone in chat? We've got Battery, For Whom the Bell Tolls.
No.
Harvester of Sorrow.
No. And if I say what type of song it is, it gives it away.
But it's Metallica.
Bass line and multiple guitar solos.
Creeping Death.
No. It's an instrumental.
Orion.
I told you, it gives it away.
What is it? All Metallica?
No, not all Metallica.
No. 2 songs on the list, 1 and 10. 10 is Master of Puppets. Dave said that's why I put that. The number 2 song is by Judas Priest.
The Rage.
No.
I love that opening bass line. Oh, it's got to have a great bass line.
Painkiller.
Number 3 is a song by Ronnie James Dio.
Ooh.
With bass.
Holy Diver. That's only got 1 guitar solo in it, so hopefully it's not
Holy Diver. No.
It's got to have bass in it, though.
Covered that one a time or two, have you, Bingham?
Yeah, I'm a little familiar. Oh, multiple guitar solos. Dio. Maybe it goes back to like Heaven and Hell. Is this Dio?
It's an odd choice. I would when I saw it out of all the Dio songs.
Invisible?
No.
Oh,
Is it a hit?
It's a hit.
Something would be Rainbow in the Dark.
Rainbow in the Dark. This one should
heavy
be easy.
bass line of Rainbow in the Dark.
Number 4 is a song by Motorhead.
Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
Only has 1 guitar solo in it, but okay.
Number 5. Well, number 5 is a song by Iron Maiden.
The Trooper.
The Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Nope and nope.
It's the best.
Run to the
Flight
Hill.
of Icarus.
No.
Fear
Run
of
to the Hills.
No.
Then it's going to be the Number of the Beast.
Trooper. Number of the Beast.
No. Anyone in chat?
Aces High.
No.
Wow. Did we already say 2 minutes to midnight?
No,
Didn't say it, but that's not it.
Okay. Power Slave.
That's not it.
Can you give us an album? What year?
Well,
Phantom of the Opera.
Where Eagles Dare.
So bad.
It's a long song.
Long song.
Hallowed
be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
There you go.
All right. Number 6 is a song by Megadeth.
Ooh.
Holy War.
He sells, but who's buying?
Fucking Dave, you got that one. Okay. Number 7 is a song by Rush.
Limelight.
No.
Tom Sawyer.
No.
It should be Cygnus Book 2.
Working Man.
No.
I love
Can I
Cygnus.
tell you how much I've been enjoying Hemispheres lately that I'm ready to say Hemispheres might be a better record than the album after it?
Good. You be joining my opinion. I think I've been on that train for a while.
Circumstances is fantastic. Trees is great. What's the last tune?
Who did not fight brought tales of old to light.
No, it's not that purely.
Oh,
That's my
Permanent
favorite
Waves.
song.
That's the album. I couldn't think of the name. It's definitely better than A Farewell to Kings.
This is a Rush song.
Yeah.
Hemispheres.
This is
I'm
Rush.
sorry. So we're guessing a Rush song. If it's got a heavy, it's going to be Tom Sawyer.
No,
I already said that one.
Like-
you already said that. No, you said that.
Free
Oh.
Will.
Think of just straight out bass and guitar.
Working Man.
YYZ. Thank you.
Oh,
Number 8 is a song by Slayer.
Raining
Raining
in Hell.
Blood.
Probably the
Raining
only
Blood.
one I can stomach too. Number 9, we're back to Iron Maiden.
And did we mention it earlier?
It was mentioned.
Okay.
You should have
The
just
Trooper.
popped it off then when it was mentioned.
No,
It's not the Trooper?
no,
Run to the Hills.
no. Speed for Hire got it. It's Power Slave.
Power
And then once
Slave.
again, we got back to Master of Puppets at number 10 by Metallica.
Gotcha.
Let's think of stupid
Ask
criteria.
ChatGPT. Ask
Yeah.
it
I've
who
got
the
one- I've
10
already got
best
one in the
guitar
chamber
players in the
here.
world.
I've got
is
one in
that-
the chamber here that I thought was like maybe up your alley in terms of a different set of attribute. And it's not about the music itself, it's about the sales.
After
Ooh,
this,
okay.
After
I've
this one, after this, let's get 4 attributes from the chat. Have the chat give us attributes.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
Dave,
great
you're going to
idea.
be fucking pissed at this chat GBT. Listing the
Here you
10
go.
best guitar players is subjective and can vary based on personal preferences.
I love it.
However, there are 10 guitarists who are widely recognized for exceptional skill, influence, and contributions to the world of guitar playing. And then at the end, it wraps up with, this is by no means an exhaustive list, and there are many other incredible guitar players who have made significant impacts in the world of music. Different genres and styles of playing also have their own influential guitarists. Let's start with number 10. He's no longer with us.
King Edward.
No.
Can we just blow through this list? Do we have to?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hendrix.
Number 10 is BB King. Number 9 just celebrated a birthday, I think today or yesterday.
That would be Steve Vai.
Steve Vai.
That
Number
was-
8.
yeah, his birthday was yesterday.
I like how Dave just immediately crapped on BB King.
Like I what?
You just took a dump on BB King.
Oh,
I
right.
hate him. I hate him. It's like he noodles a bit. He's smiling and saying every day, I got the blues. If you got the blues, what the fuck are you smiling about?
Leave him alone, Dave. Get the fuck. All right. Number 8 taught number 9 how to play guitar.
Joe
Satriani.
Satriani. Number 7 is someone, one name and not their birth name.
Buckethead.
Prince.
No, Buckethead would deserve to be on this list. It's Slash.
All right.
Oh,
Number 6 did one of these solos that's iconic but was not upbeat.
it's not going to be Don Felder. It's going to be Jimmy
Jimmy Page.
Page.
No, we mentioned him. We mentioned the song. I mentioned it.
Oh, what is it?
Gilmore.
It's David
yeah.
Gilmour. David Gilmour.
Oh, yeah.
Heard of him.
Number 5 unfortunately passed away way too young in a helicopter accident.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Number 4 passed away just a few years ago.
It is Cheech, I know.
Has a son named Wolfgang.
Marcus
Eddie.
Aurelius.
Eddie Van Halen. Number 3
Eddie
should
Ray.
probably be number 1. We say
James
this with every
Patrick
list.
Page.
James Patrick Page. Number 2 was once very upset because they had his name saying is God painted all over the
Clapton.
place. Clapton. And number 1, can you guess who it is?
Hendrix.
Hendrix.
Yeah, I should've
Yeah, any
known.
list that puts Hendrix better than Page to me is a moot nonsense list. And I look, I think Hendrix was fine, but I don't think he was on the same level as Page. All right, John, what do you got?
All right, boys. We've got a 10-song playlist of the
Hey,
most
Pam.
iconic and highly successful R&B soul songs in history.
Love it. Now we're up my alley.
Yeah, this is R&B and soul, and it's the 10 most successful,
Okay.
according to this computer that is
Okay. Songs?
We're gonna go around the circle here.
Oh, no, just leave me out of this one. I know nothing about this.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 10
My Girl.
references sitting
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
on the dock of the bay. Yes.
That's Otis Redding.
Number
1968.
Number 9 references not sitting, but rather standing.
Cinderella
Standing in the
Shake Mate.
shadows.
No. But there's going to be some finger snaps in this track.
Standing?
Your boy Ben E. King.
Oh.
Stand By Me.
Stand by me.
All right. Now, I don't know if you're super.
And by the way, my boy's not Benny King, it's Benny Hill.
That's fair.
Down.
That's fair. All right. This gentleman will walk right by you without even recognizing you. Number 8.
Stevie Wonder.
That's right. And what would that song be?
Superstitious.
Superstitious.
That's the one. Ooh. This chick sung this song to Kevin Costner in the early 90s breakthrough film.
I'll always love
Whitney
you.
Houston.
Oh, that's the one.
What was it?
I'll always love you.
As written
Whitney,
by
you're
your
right,
girl,
Whitney.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We could break apart, or we could
Stay Together.
Let's stay
stay together.
Al, the Reverend
Green.
Al.
That's right.
Al Green, yeah.
All right. This month only, all of the ladies would reference not their boyfriends, but something else from the Temptations.
My Girl.
My Girl. Yes, that's what they're talking about. All right. Must have been nighttime in Bill Withers' world.
Ain't No Sunshine.
That's it. All right.
It's like a crossword puzzle.
He was incredibly confused, and he had to ask the question. Marvin Gaye did.
What's going on?
What's going on? It's a big one.
Now, before we hold on, let me just.
I got a
we'll
great
get back
one
to
for the
that.
next one, though.
Go ahead.
She had a little extra weight on her, and she was just complaining. Why don't I ever get any of this from guys?
Respect.
That's the one.
Aretha Franklin.
That was it.
Oh, there's one left. What do we think is the number one?
Michael Jackson.
And I'm not going to give you any hints on this one other than it is Marvin Gaye.
Well, if we already did What's Going On, it's got to be Mercy Me.
Let's Stay Together. Or that's Al Green.
Yeah, I know all black people look the same, Ryan, but come on.
Oh, it's Sexual Healing.
Ooh. There's a bigger one than that.
Wow.
It's not Got to Give Up. It's not. Oh, Let's Get It On.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bill-
heard it through the
Billy says
grapevine. It's terrible.
yeah.
It's a big song.
Hated it. Anyway, so I posted a thing in my community and I said, which of these albums are better? And because I find these albums completely overrated, and yet there were 3 songs on each of these albums that are brilliant. The first album was What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, and the second one was Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. Now, my whole life, I heard Pet Sounds is a fantastic album. I've listened to it maybe 5 times in my life, today being another one of those days. And I was like, the rest of the record is unlistenable except for the 3 hits. And same with that Marvin Gaye album. And somebody was saying to me today, well, I love that song and that song. Yeah, but it's just filler. They're not really like songs. And I got to tell you, the Spinners' first album when they went on to Atlantic from '73 had 4 or 5 fantastic songs on that album. I just don't think 3 songs are enough to sit there and bloviate how great a record is, because that What's Going On gets listed as the greatest album of all time over and over again, and it literally has 3 great songs. Look at the Beatles albums, like A Hard Day's Night. Every song is fucking great. Every song. You're going to compare that to Pet Sounds? Pet Sounds isn't even as good as Beatles for Sale. I'm sorry. And I don't even like Beatles for Sale. All right, Joe, you look like you got one brewing.
No,
He's got to use the
you were
bathroom.
gonna, you were going to talk about you. Where did Ryan go?
He must, I don't know, maybe he had to remove some waste.
Oh,
I don't know.
geez. I don't know, but I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to mute myself. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. But yeah, so anyway, so that's what I was talking. There's Ryan. That's what I was talking about on my on my community thing. And yeah, every song on that Pretenders record is great. When someone says there's a great album, one of the best albums of all time, even if you're just saying it's a great album, it better have more than 3 fantastic songs. Would you agree with that? Would you guys agree with that?
You know what I think happens? I think the 3 fantastic songs get linked between the fillers, and they lift up the fillers, and that's why people remember it as a great album when it's really just, yeah.
There's 3 songs. I mean, if you look at the Pet Sounds album, you have God Only Knows. Is it a great song? It's good. It's very good. God Only Knows. Well, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if... It's a good song. And Sloop John B. We've not on the Sloop John B. I want to go home. That one's probably the weaker of the 3. But everything else on... What?
I don't even know that one.
Oh, and the rest of the album is not good.
Hugh, agreed.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, if someone says from 1971, What's Going On is the greatest album of all time. It's not even as good as fucking Who's Next. And you guys know what I feel about The Who.
That was
it's not as good as, I'll tell you right now, it might not be as good as Fragile.
that was the Beach Boys' 11th album. And
was it the 11th?
Wouldn't It Be Nice was on their 11th album.
Yeah.
People today would kill to have a tune like that on their album.
It was a great song. And I think God Only Knows is a great song. But, and I talked to a buddy of mine today about it because I was ranting about it. I'm like, how the fuck does this get listed as? And he's like, well, it inspired the Revolver album. I'm like, those guys could have stepped in a fucking cow pie and wrote a song about it. And then you could have said that cow pie inspired it because it's the same. It's garbage. Revolver's a fantastic album. There isn't a fucking bad track. Well, Love You Too might be the worst song on there. Sorry, George. But other than that, the record and Yellow Submarine, I'm not crazy about. But other than that, Revolver's flawless. I mean, there's 12 songs on the album, and there's fucking 10 fantastic songs. Good. But to sit there and take a record of 12 songs and say, here's 3 that are great, the rest are unlistenable, it's not a good record.
Great.
And, after listening to the Beach Boys and hearing all those harmonies, I had to put on an album from the 90s called Spilt Milk by Jellyfish. And that album, fucking every song is fantastic. It blows away Pet Sounds. When those guys at fucking Rolling Stone magazine get their head out of their ass and go listen to some music, that album should be high up on the list. Pet Sounds doesn't make my top 100.
I'll listen to that Jellyfish record. I haven't heard of that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I did ask ChatGPT to tell us what the 10 best rock and roll songs of all time is.
Oh, my God.
All right, now, but it has a lot of disclaimers. So ChatGPT, and if I slur, it was a long day at work. I apologize. Determining the 10 best rock and roll songs of all time is a highly subjective task, as opinions may vary widely. However, here are 10 iconic rock and roll songs that have made a lasting impact and are often considered among the greatest. And then at the end it says, again, this is just a selection, and there are countless other legendary rock and roll songs that have left an indelible mark on the genre. Music is highly subjective, so the best, and he puts best in quotes, songs may vary depending on personal taste and preferences. Number 10 is a song by the Beatles.
Does it have a year?
I could look it up.
Nah. Song, but it's just they have a huge catalog and every song is great.
I'll give a hint. A lot of people always thought of this as the Beatles' Stairway to Heaven.
Was it like Hey Jude?
Hey Jude. Okay, number 9 is a song by Bruce Springsteen.
All right. Born in the USA. It shouldn't be, but that's one of them.
Born to Run.
No, Born to Run. Number 8.
That's half right.
Honestly, I don't think number 8. Well, it's a good song. Okay, number 8 is a song by Guns N' Roses.
Okay. Welcome to the Jungle.
No.
Sweet Child
of
Sweet
Mine.
Child of Mine.
Yeah.
Number 7, this will be an easy one. It's a song by the Eagles.
California.
Hotel California. Number 6 is a song by one of Dave's personal favorites, Bob Dylan.
Blowing in the Wind.
No, it
No.
can't be
Lay,
that one.
Lady, Lay.
All Along the
No.
No, it'll be
Watchtower?
like a Rolling Stone. It's obvious.
Yeah, it's like a Rolling Stone. Hold on, let me go back here. Number 5 is by Nirvana.
Teen Spirit.
Yes. Number 4 is by John Lennon.
Imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that. Where would you
Can
put
you
that? Would that make the
imagine?
top 200 with you, Dave?
I don't think you could imagine.
No.
No, I hate. You know what? I listened to Wingspan the other day, which is the Paul McCartney and Wings like big collection, and I was listening to it, going, thinking to myself, Lennon doesn't have any tunes that compare to these.
Number 3 is a song by Chuck Berry.
Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be
Yeah.
Good.
It'll be.
Number 2 and number 1 go without saying, but number 2 is Queen.
Bohemian
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Number 1, rightly so, is a song by Led Zeppelin,
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
Wow.
So, John, I wanted to wait until you got back to bring this up. Are you guys aware that Nuno Bettencourt is having somewhat of a late career resurgence?
Yeah.
Yes. He released a song with a terrible guitar solo in it, and everybody can't stop talking about how great it is.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I listened to it and I was like, that's very, very, that's technically wonderful. Why is this a internet sensation?
I don't even think
I
it's
don't get it
technically
either.
all that interesting.
Well, the problem is this, and I've said it before on here. I don't know. The music is so dead and so empty that when you get Extreme back together and people are excited about it, it shows you how fucking dead it is. It shows you. And Gary Sharon over any song. And look, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I hate his voice. I hate the songs. And the Nuno thing, he's constantly playing over that clickety-clackety sound, which tells me that he's playing with a delay, that whole thing is... It's the same type of delay he did on Porno Graffiti, whatever the hell it is.
Yep.
And it's been done. And yes, it sounds kind of cool, but it's like... Can anybody write a fucking song anymore, or do we got to call Diane Warren on everything? Diane Warren and Holly Knight got to be called on everything.
I don't exactly get it, the career resurgence part of it, because I mean,
well, there's nothing out there. That's why.
Well, there's all sorts of stuff that's out there. It's just not popular, which is fine. But why try and make this popular when there's others? Look, I guess what I'm saying is, if this is unpopular upon its generation, which of course it would be because nobody's put it out there in the marketplace, right? So you write a song, it stinks, everybody makes it popular. Well, there's a million other songs that have been written that are not popular that are much better, and I just don't get why those aren't being lifted up. Like I'd say,
well,
that
I think it has a lot to do
acumen-
with the resurgence of Eddie Van Halen fanatics on YouTube that just sit
maybe
there
they're
and
all
want to
just-
talk about Eddie all day. And
maybe
so
they're just
Nuno
jonesing
is,
for something different. So Nuno's like the
Well, that's what I
Yes,
think
that's
happens. I think you hit on it right there. Is one person starts with the YouTube, because it's not just one. It's like they all got together and said, okay, we're going to be talking about Nuno now. So let's just go. And it's like, fuck off.
I'm gonna make a bad comparison. You guys remember that movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton?
I remember the ad for Multiplicity.
I don't know what
I don't think I ever saw it.
the movie itself is kind of funny, but what happens is he's cloning himself in the movie, and the first clone that comes out is like a type A personality clone, but it's just like every clone is a degradation. The first one goes from a very rounded person to here's this one aspect of my personality. Once you get like 3 clones down, he's retarded, and it's actually very funny. But I kind of feel like that's what you get in this world of like, oh, we need the next in line to Eddie. It's like, okay, well, if you get Nuno, you're getting Multiplicity, because it's like Nuno's okay. You take Eddie up here, and then you just say, okay, well, give me the proficiency, but without the songwriting. And you're like, right, there's Nuno. Right, like the next in line to Nuno is going to be like a little, like a Corky.
Vito Bratta.
I mean, Vito.
I love Vito.
He's a better player than Nuno is.
I don't think so.
No. Oh. Yes, absolutely.
I don't think so. But I also don't think that Nuno, and I can't fault Nuno on his writing. I think his writing partner is shite.
Of course.
I like when you're dealing with Gary Sharon in that vocal range, it's like, what melody can I write that'll nauseate the fuck out of me? Oh, actually, I won't have to. You can do it. And he does it flawlessly. But you don't know what it's true. Go listen to any fucking song by Extreme. The guitar playing's fantastic. And then when the singing comes in, you're like, you put Sammy Hagar, and I hate to say it because I'm not a huge Hagar fan, but you put Sammy Hagar singing with Nuno, and Nuno's going to be the biggest name and everywhere.
What is the link between Eddie and Nuno?
Nothing. Just Nuno's kind of came out and was like, when you first heard the very first song that Extreme had was a very big Unchained ripoff called Mama Don't Want to Go to School Today. It was on the first album from Extreme. Yeah. And he came out as being like a young Eddie type player. Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing. And, all these players, it's like Eddie. Look, Eddie's fucking dead since 1984. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Those records where he's playing, look at, hey, it is fucking nauseating. His guitar tone stinks. And I stopped caring, and I think most people did. You have the diehard Van Halen fans and, the 13-year-old boys, but the 13-year-old boys got turned on to Yngwie and Steve Vai, so they were all at those shows with the mincing homosexuals who would try to pick up young boys. But seriously, but you got because Van Halen was fucking great. But they say the same thing, like, oh, could you imagine if Hendrix lived? Yeah, he would have sucked because Van Halen did, and all these other guys came out and stink afterwards too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That kind of does end that argument, and say, well, can you imagine? And they say, yeah, because
who did a great Eddie? Matthias. Matthias Yabs from Scorpions, when he's playing solos like Coming Home, such attitude, so great. And then the next album has Tease Me, Please Me, and he sounds like Multiplicity, like a retarded Michael Keaton.
Right. That's the problem.
How'd you go from one album to the next album where you could play? And listen, some people improve. There is no way anyone in this place can tell me that Tony Iommi is not a better guitar player on Heaven and Hell than any of the Ozzy Sabbath. He's unbelievable on Heaven and Hell. He's definitely stepped up into big boy pants, I think, on that record. Yeah. He took it to another level. That's unbelievable, because how many guitar players can you say as they got older they improved?
Yeah.
The best thing Randy Rhoads could have done was die in a plane crash.
Oh, come on.
No, but I'm saying, as far as no one, you never imagine if that plane crash happened 2 years earlier and he never released an Ozzy album. And the only thing we had to listen to the great Randy Rhoads were those fucking 2 Quiet Riot albums. He'd be revered as the worst guitar player in the world.
Sure.
Those albums are unlistenable.
Yeah.
But it has Slick Black Cadillac.
And again, Randy's playing on it's probably great, but who the fuck wants to listen to it next to Kevin Dubrow singing?
Let me ask ChatGPT.
All right. Ask ChatGPT, who's worse, Kevin Dubrow or Gary Sharon?
Oh, that's a great question.
It is. Who's worse?
Let it answer this question first.
And look, Gary Sharon might be the better singer because I think pornography, whatever the hell that, 3 sides to every story wasn't horrible either.
Listen,
look, he worked in the context of what he had.
Worst singer, Gary, Cherone?
Yeah, Cherone.
Yeah,
1 R or 2?
one.
Or what was the other guys?
Kevin Dubrow.
Kevin Dubrow. Can you imagine? Remember Get the Funk Out? That was the worst song.
That's
I love that album.
That's the one that Brian
God.
May always hoists
Oh,
up and
all
says
of a sudden
that's
it's
the best
gotten, here we
guitar
go.
ever.
As an AI language model, I don't possess personal opinions or subjective judgments. Evaluating singing abilities and determining who is the worst singer is subjective and can vary depending on individual preferences. Gary Sharon is best known as the former lead vocalist of Extreme and his brief tenure as the 3rd lead vocalist of Van Halen. Kevin Dubrow was the lead vocalist of Quiet Riot. Both singers have their own unique vocal styles and qualities. It's important to remember that singing is subjective, and different individuals may have different opinions on what they consider good or bad singing. Ultimately, it's up to each listener to decide their personal preference when it comes to vocalists.
I'll just
ChatGPT
answer.
just said, "I'm not even willing to listen to you."
Yeah, he's not willing to throw him under a bus.
And before that, I didn't even say this, but when Dave was hitting me that, I had just finished asking it, who's better, Randy Rhoads or Eddie Van Halen? And it gave me a 5 fucking paragraph dissertation on leave me the fuck alone with that one.
That's right. Hannah Bomb says Paul Gilbert's a better player now than 30 years ago. I believe he's definitely a more well-rounded player.
I will say this about the Kevin Dubrow thing. I think Gary Sharon's worse.
Wow.
Gary Sharon's
You
worse.
really love that Mental Health album.
Well, I'll tell you why Gary Sharon's worse. Because Gary Sharon has Nuno and is still completely unlistenable. Kevin Dubrow had nothing. It's a band of crappy players, and they still released records that probably marginally did as well as Extreme did.
This just in, Carlos Cavallo called. He said, "How dare you, John? How dare you?"
You got
No,
one
but
band with
my
a
point
super
is, I
talent,
don't know
a
if any of you guys
generational
watch
talent, and one band with none.
on
And they both did the
Netflix. There's
same.
it's either Netflix or Prime. There's a Randy Rhoads like documentary, and there's a lot of Quiet Riot footage.
Yeah.
And it's unbearable. And Randy's a great player. And everyone's like, oh, all these girls are like, I was in love with Randy, all 5'2" of them. He was awesome. That's what they say. I'm not throwing in my own.
You're not
fist.
putting any.
No,
words
I
in your
loved I loved his effeminate ways. No, I'm kidding. I don't even think that, but I'm just saying this girl was like in love with him. And I'm not saying she was chubby. She was chubby. And she's going on about everyone was in love with Randy. And then they would go and listen to the band. And then you listen to those. And then they show you in the club listening to the songs, and they're rotten. You sit there going, this is why the Go-Go's was successful. Because they were good compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like, what was the name of that place? Starwood.
Isn't it? Yeah, there's one. Yeah, the Starwood Ballroom.
Yeah.
Is that what they called it? Starwood.
Yeah, the
Ballroom?
Starwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they played there, and the Go-Go's played there. And I'm just saying,
Hey, listen.
it's not an enjoyable, and then they talk about Frankie Benali gets involved. This Quiet Riot thing. I'm very shocked you threw Sharon less than Dubrow. It's interesting.
There's no accounting for taste in this world. Let it be my Sharon opinion, or let it be just the general public. But I'll say this: I have a private party coming up this summer that the band is playing, and anytime we do private parties, we will say, "Here's our set list. If there's any more songs that you like, really, really want us to play." Give us a list. We'll pick a couple of them off that list and we'll learn it for you because we're getting paid pretty decent for these things.
Sure.
The person who gave us this list back literally included in this list that song "Closing Time" from Semisonic, and that "I'll Get Back Up Again" whatever song from Chumbawamba.
Oh God!
And I'm like,
I get knocked down. I don't.
I'm like,
Huh?
this has to be a joke. It's not a joke. And I was like, okay. All right, there's no accounting for taste. It's unreal.
I know when they say to you, like people always say to me when they had band stuff, they're like, "And can you guys play Simple Man by Leonard Skinner?" Yeah, no, can't do it. Can't and won't.
I made a mistake, and I made a masterpiece. I said, write me a song in the style of Ronnie James Dio's lyrics.
That's got to be incredible. I've done that before on this program just to see.
Do I read it? Should I read it?
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be great. Verse 1, in a world of shadows where darkness reigns, I hear...
They got him pigeonholed, huh?
We're going to die on this one, guys. In a world of shadows where darkness reigns, a hero emerges defying all chains. With a voice of thunder, he pierces the night, guiding us through battles to stand up and fight. And then the chorus is, through the storms we ride with hearts open wide. In the spirit of Dio, we'll conquer the tide. With courage and might, we'll rise to the light, forever inspired by Dio's sacred might. Verse 2.
What I really want to hear is the ending.
It better be good.
Random rhyming words.
And the best, it even tells you where to put the solo. Verse 2, through mystical lands where legends reside, we'll face down the demons with honor and pride. In the sacred lyrics, his wisdom unfolds, unleashing the power that forever molds. And then there's the chorus. Through the storms we ride with hearts open wide. In the spirit of Dio, we'll conquer the tide. With courage and might, we'll rise to the light, forever inspired by Dio's sacred might. There's not a single rainbow in this fucking song.
Yeah,
what are they talking about?
More like a tribute to Dio than like
it is.
Style of him.
Here's
not
the bridge.
The greatest song in the world. It's a tribute.
But here's the bridge. In every battle, his spirit remains, guiding us forward, dispelling the chains. Through trials and tribulations, we'll find our way. Dio's legacy lives on beyond night and day. And then it tells us to take our guitar solo here. It gives us the
first of all, trials and tribulations sounds more like the ranting of a 90-year-old Jewish gentleman. Through trials and tribulations, not a Dio song.
Right.
Maybe it thinks I said Uncle Leo.
A Hasidic rabbi, maybe.
Write a song in the style of Uncle Leo. Jerry!
Hello!
Friends, Jerry. Actually, friends. Hello. Elaine, I could understand.
That's very funny.
And then it tells us to take an outro, and it fades out with "In our hearts, he's immortal. His voice will endure, a beacon of hope forever pure. With Dio as our guide, we'll never be lost. In the realm of metal, we pay the ultimate cost."
Oh,
yeah, it sounds like
in the realm.
It sounds like a song that was written for Tenacious D.
I agree. Yeah, that's what it really sounds like. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it took it like as not being a Dio song, but Tenacious D's song Dio.
Right.
You said Ronnie James, though, didn't you?
Oh, you did? That's amazing.
Really sealed it at home with that last verse.
Yeah, lyrics like "and trials and tribulations, and the Jewish people ran out." It's like, oh, for crying out loud! I feel like I'm at a fucking bar mitzvah.
I just asked it.
Not a metal show.
I don't even know if I could read this, but I'm going to say he gave me a song. I said, "Give me a song in the style of Uncle Leo of Seinfeld."
Hello.
The chorus, I'll just give you the chorus, but I'm saving this later. "Hey, Jerry, hello, it's your Uncle Leo. I'm always watching. You never know. With my thick glasses and a voice that's loud, I'm the one who stands out in the crowd."
Get it? Why didn't you say hello? You were stealing the book. You could have said hello.
Verse 2. "I'm always on the lookout for a good sale. Got a great deal on these sneakers, can't you tell? But don't cross me. No, that's not wise. I'll give you the evil eye and criticize." Hey, Jerry, hello. It's your Uncle Leo. I'm always watching. You never know. With my thick glasses and a voice that's loud, I'm the one who stands out in the crowd.
That's really funny. What a great concept, writing song lyrics just based upon like TV characters that are ridiculous. This might be how I make my next record. And by next record, I mean my first record.
Ask.
Wait, it's
Ask.
choke. I refused on that one. Go ahead, ask what?
Oh, no, I was reading what Hanoi said. Is that ask it for the best porn actress of the 70s and 80s?
Cheech married life is going quite well. Good decision. She still tolerates me. No complaint. She's just
Very
outside
good.
the door, so I can't say much.
Right. Shh. I'll tell you later.
I don't
She's
think it's going to
listening.
give an answer for this, but we'll see. Okay, it's giving an answer. Wow. Okay. In the adult film industry, there were several notable actresses who gained recognition during the 70s and 80s. Here are some actresses who made a significant impact during that time.
All right.
Significant impact.
It's got an addendum. Please note that the adult film industry is a sensitive topic, and the inclusion of these names is based on their prominence and impact during that era. It's important to approach this subject with respect and understanding. Okay, coming in at number 10, Amber Lynn. Coming in at number...
Amber Lynn, who I think is the brother of Buck Adams. The sister of Buck Adams.
Okay.
I do. I think they're brother and sister.
Okay. Coming in at number 9, Vanessa Del Rio.
I never liked Vanessa Del Rio.
Coming in at number 8.
She crossed over into like some TV show. Maybe it was Law and Order. Or she was on one of those shows.
Coming in at number 8, it's Kay Parker. Coming in at number 7, it's Annette Haven.
That's another 70s.
Coming in at number 6, it's Tracy Lords. Coming in at number
she made a big
She
deal
was from
because
the
she was
80s.
underage.
Yeah,
but
that
she
was
was
80s, but she was underage.
70s?
I said
70s and 80s.
Yeah. Coming in at number
Oh.
5 is Nina Hartley. Coming in at number
Not
4
a fan.
is Ginger Lynn.
I like Ginger Lynn.
Coming in at number 3 is Christy Canyon.
Christy Canyon. I think Christy Canyon does like a podcast now from like the Hollywood Hills. She's my
think
age.
They all do. Coming in at number 2 is Sika or Seika, depending on how you say it.
She was. I remember her on Thick of the Night.
Speed for hire. Got
And
that.
coming in at number 1 from behind the green door and insatiable. It's
Don't tell me.
Marilyn
I would have told you, Marilyn Chambers.
You
She
should
was also
know.
in Rabid.
Okay.
Let me just say this.
Neil Banbury's
So,
asking,
do you
what
guys
about
remember the
Wendy Walker?
show? Do you guys remember the show Thick of the Night?
Oh, any of this?
Alan Thicke.
I know Alan Thicke, but I don't know.
Everyone knows who Alan Thicke is. Can you tell me what TV show Alan Thicke sang the theme to?
Oh, shit, I should know that.
Not Growing Pains.
No,
He was
but you're
the-
not far.
the dad. No, I have no idea.
Anybody?
I did know this, but I can't remember.
Think about his voice. Well, the world don't move to the
Oh,
beat of just
shit, that's
one drum.
right.
Might be right
boy.
for you. Different strokes.
Oh, no kidding.
Dave, I
It
made
takes
a, go ahead.
different strokes. It takes.
I made a list. The Chat GPT made a list just for you. I asked it, what are the top 10 Columbo episodes?
Ooh, somebody posted this the other day just in pictures, and I'm like, that one's wrong. There was a later one they put in, mixed it with the earlier ones. I was like, no way. I can think of these.
Columbo is a beloved detective television series that aired from 1968 to 2003 with numerous episodes featuring the iconic character played by Peter Falk. While opinions may vary on the best episodes, here are 10 widely acclaimed episodes of Columbo.
All right, hold on one sec, though.
I'm gonna
Michael
tell you
J.
the
Fox
season.
show, wasn't that the song by, who's the one that sang Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams? Didn't they do the theme to that one? What will we do? Oh, no. They did the same song, Too Much, Too Little, Too Late. What was the name of the song? I guess I've been... what the hell was it? I forget, but that's the show they did. Go ahead. Now you can go, Joe.
Okay, I'm going to give you the season, right? And then you'll guess the episode, or you want more than that?
Give me the season. Just give me the season.
Okay. Coming in at number 10, from season 7.
Okay. Season 7's easy. It only has 4 episodes. So we got the cooking one. I just don't remember the name of that one. Then you have the one where the girl kills for the channel. Oh, remember when I said last week the Irishman? His name was Patrick O'Neill. The girl, and then there's the one with the dogs. And then the last one is the worst. That's the Irish one. Give me, yeah, I am, but we're on break, Cheech. She's had like a bunch of stuff for school that she's had to done. I just talked to her the other day. Give me the actor. I need more of it because there's 4. So 25% chance.
Well, one of the actors in this episode is Ruth Gordon.
That's season 6. That's called yeah, okay. It's the one where she kills the guy. I forget the hell the name of it. It's she kills the guy that she's the writer. And she kills the guy that killed her daughter.
Where did it open? The synopsis says a mystery writer suspects her niece's husband of murdering her, and she exacts revenge by asphyxiating him in her house. Yeah. It's they're saying it's season 7, episode 1. Try and catch it.
I have it as season 6, episode 4 in my
IMDb says it's season 7, episode 1, and so does ChatGPT.
Okay, season 7, episode 1. I thought was the what do they have as? Never mind. It's the one with Louis Jourdan.
Coming in at number 9 is from season 6.
The Shatner episode.
Let me look it up because I don't know them like you know them.
Oh, it doesn't tell you the. Just tell me what the name of the episode is. I'll tell you which one it is.
Well, how the fuck is that going to work? If I tell you what it is, you're going to tell me what it is.
The episode it is. Okay. Like you're just going to tell me the name of the episode.
Right. Okay, it's Murder on the Glass.
Isn't that the Louis Jourdan one?
Let's see. It's saying. Hold on. My Mac's being a douche.
I think that's the one where Louis Jourdan kills the. He's the food critic, and he kills the guy who owns the restaurant. He kills Michael V. Gazzo. Pantangeli.
Let me search Google. Food critic Paul Gerard, who has been extorting money from restaurant owners in exchange for brewery. Okay.
I have that as season 7, episode 1.
Okay. Season 1, episode 2 is number 8.
Season 1, episode 2. Episode 2 is Robert Culp is the killer. And
it's from 1968.
That's pilot number 2.
They're calling it season 1, episode 2.
The pilot, the ransom for a dead guy?
No, it's called Prescription Murder.
Prescription Murder is the first pilot. It would be 1-1. It's the first thing they ever did.
Okay.
That's with Gene Barry.
All right. Number 7 is from season 2, episode 6, if that's what it is, unless they're lying again.
Episode 2, season 2, episode 6.
Yeah.
I got to try to think of season 2 or season 3. It's not Swan Song, so it's
no.
Okay.
From 1973, according to Internet Database.
Go ahead. Give me something else.
I'm going to give you a visual.
A Stitch in Crime.
Stitch in Crime. I knew that would give it away.
Yeah. Great episode.
Coming in at number 6 is season 4, episode 4.
Give me something else.
Record label Led Zeppelin's on.
See, Swan Song. So yeah, it has all the numbers are different from how it's listed in Tubi.
Okay. Season 5, episode 6 is number 5.
Give me something.
Would be something you do with an album you really liked.
What is it? Season 5?
It says, let's see if it's here.
Tell me who's in it. Just give me an actor.
I'm trying to pull it up. It doesn't, ChatGPT's not giving.
Yeah, because you're having all these different number systems than I have.
All right.
No, there's no episode called Play It.
Yeah, because even this one. Now this is saying it's the 5th episode of the 4th season from 1975. It was directed by Bernard Kowalski,
Go ahead.
Oscar Werner, Gina Rowlands.
Oh, yes. That's it's the German guy who kills his mother-in-law. What's the name of that episode?
Playback. Number 4, I guess they're going to mean pilot with this. They're saying season 1, episode 1.
Season 1, episode 1 would have been, if it's the real show, not the pilots, it would be Murder by the Book.
It's Murder by the Book.
Yeah, that's actually season 1, episode 1.
Okay. What they think is season 3, episode 2 is number 3.
Season 3, episode 2.
It's
Give
from
me something.
1973.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually just watched this the other day because there was a Columbo
Can you give-
marathon on. One of the it stars somebody who fought Michael Myers.
Oh, this is the one with Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
Close, but no.
She's not in it? She's
No.
in one of the episodes.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
This is a very fine actor who unfortunately is mostly remembered for fighting Michael Myers.
Oh, Donald Pleasance.
Donald
It's the
Pleasance.
the wine one.
Any
Great
old
one.
port in the storm.
Any old port in the storm. Yep.
I
Great
was
one.
watching that with Mike the other
It's
day. and
okay,
I'm-
Starsky and Hutch.
I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking to myself, some of these fucking murderers come up with the stupidest shit.
Why don't you make champagne? Mr. Cassini doesn't like champagne.
Number 2 is from season 5, episode 1, according to them.
Swan Song?
No,
No. Oh, say it again. Season 5.
it's from 1975.
Yeah.
It stars the mother of
Oh, terrible episode. The Forgotten Lady?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the worst episode.
And what they consider to be the best Columbo episode is they're calling it season 1, episode 6.
Okay, season 1, episode 6 would be not the one with
It's
Roddy
from-
McDowell.
It's from 1971.
Yeah, all season 1 is.
Let's
And
see.
Season 7 is the one with the builder. 6 isn't it the Roddy McDowell one where the guy's the
Who could I give you? There's so many classic actors in here.
Give me one. Just give me one.
I'll give you one. Vic Tayback. Remember Mel? from Mel's Diner?
Do I know who Mel is? Vic Tayback is the artist in the episode with the guy with Artemis, whatever his name is. What the hell's his name with the great hair? He's the star of that episode. It's the painting one.
Suitable for framing.
Yeah. What's the painter's? What's the guy's
It's got
name?
Ross Martin, Don
Ross
Amici,
Martin.
Kim Hunter. Man,
Ross
a
Martin
lot.
played Artemis. What was his name in the Wild Wild West?
shit, I don't know.
Artemis
Jones? I don't know. Let me look it up.
That's a great episode. And the aunt, yeah, Don Amici's his attorney.
Artemis Gordon. Yeah,
Artemis
you were
Gordon.
thinking of Ross Martin.
Yeah, Ross Martin, Artemis Gordon. That's what I was saying when you said Ross Martin. I said that's Artemis. What the hell was his name?
Okay, yeah, that's it. These
Artemis
episodes
Gordon.
showcase the engaging mysteries, Peter Falk's charismatic portrayal of Columbo, and the intriguing cat and mouse dynamic between the detective and the perpetrators. Each episode has its own unique charm and appeal.
Yeah, but they missed. So to me, no, because in the top 10, the Shatner episode, 100% the Shatner episode. When he's like, I didn't even know what I was doing last night. And the guy goes, you were watching a ball game. A ball game. Oh, that's fucking gold. A ball game. That's one of the greatest ones. I would take all of season 1, really. Season 1 was actually no, because I don't like the Roddy McDowell one. Any of the Robert Culp ones, the Most Dangerous Game, Robert Culp owning being the GM of the football team, that's fantastic. The Greenhouse Jungle with why am I blanking on his name? Lieutenant Columbo, you're here to any of the, no, they're all wrong.
I just asked what are the 10 best horror movies of all time?
McGowan, by the way,
Patrick McGowan.
In the episode with the cadets, that's one of the best episodes.
That is the greatest fucking episode.
Yeah. Would you
Why
like
don't
one
you
of
try
quality?
one
You're
of
out of here,
quality
Ryan?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I got work in the morning.
Good to see
All right,
you
Ryan.
again. Take
Thanks
care.
for coming
Good to
on,
see
man.
you, Joe. Good to see you, Dave. If John comes back, give him my best.
All right, we'll do.
We'll see y'all.
Take
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's also
He produced and directed an episode I watched the other day, but he wasn't in it.
A Tude in Black is fantastic with Cassavetes. And I have to tell you, I think my
that must have
favorite
been it, because the one good thing about this was that it was jumping all over the years. There was one episode that was really good.
I'll tell you, one of my favorites is called A Friend Indeed. And it's when the police commissioner is covering up the neighbor's murder and then he kills his own wife and Columbo gets him. That could be my number one.
A Friend Indeed.
Yeah, I love that episode.
But I was watching one with I forget the actress's name. She was the from Heart to Heart.
Stephanie Powers.
And this other, a younger actress, very pretty, must have been like 60s, early 70s. And her father, she just won't let it go that her father was murdered. And Stephanie Powers is like, look, we had to use all your money for the ransom.
This is a Columbo?
The Columbo.
Oh, that's not Stephanie Powers.
Who was it? It looked like her.
No, it's Lee. That episode's
not
called
Lee if you think it's Lee Merriweather,
no, it's not Lee Merriweather. Her name is Lee. Look up the episode. It's called Ransom for a Dead Man.
Ransom for a
Her name is Lee.
I thought that was the woman from
No.
Oh, Lee Grant.
Lee Grant. Thank you. She flies the plane and drops the money off, but she never drops the money.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great episode. That's the actual pilot to the show.
Oh.
That's the pilot. That's the second pilot. The first pilot was more like not a pilot. They call it a pilot, but it was like a CBS movie, where like Dave Grusin did the music and it's had its own theme. It acted like a movie. The Columbo series really didn't look the way it did until that episode, that pilot called Ransom for a Dead Man. And then the first episode is Murder by the Book, which, by the way, is in my top 3 Columbos ever. Oh, and now you see him. The Jack Cassidy where he's the Nazi and he's the magician. That's top 5.
You got to make your top 10 list, and we got to go over it.
Yeah, I mean, Lee Merriweather is also in another great episode, Double Trouble, with a double. What's it called? Double something. It's where the guy plays himself as a twin and kills the uncle with the electricity in the bathtub.
I don't know that one.
Martin Landau plays 2 characters, plays brothers. Yeah, I could definitely come up with a Columbo list that's better than that.
Where's Krellbar tonight?
Krellbar said he had inventory at work, and nobody prepared him for it. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. So he ended up, he was like, when he got home, he's like, I'm too beat. I was in the middle of teaching when he got home. I was like, whatever. Like, what do you want me to do? Okay. And then, Dave, I saw Zim did more vids this week. He's cool. Miss him and Krellbar. Well, you watched his videos. How do you miss them? You
They've
just saw
been
them.
replaced by ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, welcome back.
Sorry, boys. I had to take a work phone call.
We're about to wrap up.
Can I talk real briefly about my experience with my my Bad Cat prototype last night?
Ooh,
Yes.
Yes.
I tell you guys, I finally got to play a full rehearsal with the whole band with it. After the changes that we made last time, it's killer. It's so good. I can't believe how good it is.
Is this
Really?
that one you were saying that's going to be like the really double?
Yeah,
Of what?
it's like the black cat that we currently make, but it's
You got to call it the
twice.
fat cat. If it's twice, it's the fat cat.
That's what they call me.
Hey, you know
I
what
know
I
the
played
fat
recently,
guy.
John, that I thought was a great amp is the Amplified Nation.
I was gonna say, don't tell me a Car Mercury. I wish
A
Ryan
Car
was still
Mercury,
here so I could talk to him about that.
What mask is over the right shoulder?
Anyway,
The right
yeah, that
shoulder.
thing sounded killer. But today I had a chance to play the Car Mercury for the first time ever.
Oh, you
Oh, it's just
The Ryan signature amp. Ryan told me it was wrong, that
Oh,
it should have been the Car Mercury 5. Apparently that's different. But I'll tell you what, I played the Car Mercury today. I was not impressed.
yeah. But I'll tell you that Amplified Nation, a buddy of mine, the one that came over today, he has two of them now. He ended up buying a 100-watt one.
Those are the
I think they're good. I'd like to hear what this
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tumble type thing. I mean,
What's
have you
that
seen
guy's
this?
name? The guy that runs it? He's from
Taylor.
He's from Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, Taylor or something. I went up and saw him.
Yeah.
I went
I
up
had
to
a
the factory.
conversation. I had a conversation with him like 2 years ago or something when I was at the
Yeah.
old place, where he was asking if we do like outside contract work to build cabinets. I think he needed somebody to build cabinets for him.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, we were oversaturated and couldn't help him.
Yeah,
But I
he
remember
found a
was
guy.
He was a nice guy on the phone.
Yeah, he's a cool kid. Really nice.
Was he a
kid.
younger guy?
Yeah. Younger than you.
Yeah. I mean, who's
Not younger than me.
Who's
That
not,
guy,
right?
Go to Jim Lil. He'll build them out of styrofoam. Real cheap.
Yeah. Have you guys seen there was a guitar player? I don't know what his name is. He's a session Nashville guy. He has a channel, but he was playing his deluxe reverb and showing a couple of different things that he does to him. Like he completely turns the bass off on him. And man, he was getting the deluxe reverb to sound pretty good.
So was he like cranking the input volume or something?
He is the volume
And
decked,
turning the bass all the way down?
the treble decked, and the bass all the way off.
Yeah, it sounds like how you dial in a Mark Series Mesa Boogie.
Yeah.
So, and that, I mean, that EQ circuit's in the same spot as a Fender Blackface. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can get it to drive a little bit more without flubbing out on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, weren't those boogies? Weren't they like what was it? It was a Princeton cabinet. What was the amp? A Bassman? No, what was the amp?
Well, I thought the original amp was a Princeton that he just like stuffed bigger transformers into. And
No, I think it was he used a Princeton cabinet, but the actual circuit was, I think it was the Bassman.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know it's not what you think. It's not a twin. Maybe it was a twin. What happened to that Bad Cat developing amp? The one like Yamaha THR, but tube driven.
Oh, they're talking about the Paw.
Yeah.
So the Paw came out like 2-3 years ago, and I wasn't there for that. But what I understand is it was kind of rushed out, and there was developmental bugs still in it, and something happened internally where like the guy, I think maybe like the guy who was the engineer on that particular project, either ended up getting sick or like moving away or something before they worked out all the bugs. And then somebody just made a foolish internal decision just to like roll it out. And they had lots and lots of warranty problems with it. Ended up bringing it back in and just killing it. So that's what I'm
just looking
to
this.
understand. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm just looking at.
Now I got to yell at everybody who's asking that question. Why are people looking for lunchbox type amps? Come on. Full size, big transformers. That's where it's fun. They sound good. These little lightweight things. It's just not there.
Yeah, it was a basement. It was a Tweed basement circuit.
Oh, a Tweed basement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Tweed basement circuit put into a Princeton box.
Ooh, I've got one last trivia question for everybody in the audience and everybody in this channel here. DL, what did Leo Fender? What was the dollar value Leo Fender sold to CBS for? Give me the dollar value.
For some reason, I thought it was $2 million, but it probably could be 5, could be 6, could be 2.
Let's see if anybody in the chat's got anything going on here.
I'm going to guess and say $2 million.
Okay. Joe, you got anything on this one?
$6 million.
$6 million. He actually sold it for a pretty substantial amount of money. $13 million.
Really?
$13 million in 1960 what? 60?
Wow. 64.
No.
They took it over in January 5th, 1965.
January 5th, 65 they took it over?
That's when CBS took over the company.
Something doesn't sound right about that.
January 5th, 65. Let's see if I'm right.
I feel like it was later.
I don't. Can't you ask ChatGPT when did CBS take over Fender?
Oh, it does say 1965.
So,
yeah, according to
this,
Reverb, 1965. Okay, that surprises me.
I think it was January 5th is what I heard. It was a couple of days after New Year's, January 5th.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
Calculating the value, $1,064,000 is about $9.6 million now.
Wow.
Wow. So he's making about $10 million per one, so about $130 million.
Not a bad little score for.
Yeah, this calculates inflation, what the dollar was worth, and all that other bullshit.
Why am I feel like I'm in
That
the
ain't
dark
big.
here. Hold on. Let me just fix something.
Because you got shitty lighting.
Here we go. No, you know what it was? I turned down that light above me here when I was teaching, and I never turned it back up.
I heard a funny story that the reason he ended up going and working with George Fullerton again and doing the G&L thing is because he didn't want to sit at home with his wife.
Which one? The second wife or the
Leo?
Was
Leo,
it Phyllis? What was her name? Phyllis?
I don't know. I don't care. Not only do I not know, I don't care. But
yeah, you know the thing is
which, by the way, I would never feel
they were doing
like
Music
that.
Man before that.
Here with my wife.
They were doing that. They were doing Music Man before
yes,
G&L, which is why when they sold, I think in 75 they changed. They made the company CLF Manufacturing because that was the 10 years after the non-compete.
Music Man was formed in 1971 by Forrest White and Tom Walker. Forrest White was like the plant manager for Fender. I know that, but I don't know who Tom Walker is.
I don't know. Tom Walker's the one who sold it to Ernie Ball in like 81, 80.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, Ernie Ball's a great fucking company.
Yeah, they are.
I just don't like the narrow necks, but their workmanship's excellent.
Oh, so
all right,
G&L
guys,
it's 79.
G&L was, yeah.
Yeah, that was later than I thought. I figured it was like more like mid 70s.
Oh no, they were making Music Man up until 78.
So let's see. They founded in 79, which was 44 years ago, And in 44 years worth of time, they still haven't figured out how to market the fact that Leo Fender founded that company.
I think that they didn't put out a guitar till 1980. But, G&L has its own issues as well. They just, they're sitting on gold and they don't know what to do with it. Because they could be what Fender wishes they were. They could be the small, real shop in the style that the original Fender was. You know what I mean? But instead, like, they don't curtail to anybody, and it's just like everything. Like, once they paid for the CNC, it's basically like a handed like a second company. I don't know. I don't feel like that's their focus. I feel like I feel like it's a burden to them.
Yeah, that might be true. Anyway, you want to get off?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. How about you, Joe? You feel good?
Oh yeah, I gotta put Michael to bed. He's been out there for 2 hours.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. It was kind of a thin crowd tonight, which is kind of good because I'm sick of you fatties. No, I'm kidding. It was only like 22 people in here.
I think the peak that I saw was like 32, 33.
Oh, all right. That's all right. Still not great. What can you do? What can you do? Tommy's a bad kid. He's a bad seed. What do you want me to kill him? No disrespect. All right. I found the outro. All right. Jables, good seeing you. We'll talk soon. And Joe, we'll talk soon. Have a great night, everyone. Very good.
See you on the mañanas.